When we look back over the years of players that we know as clutch players, I'm sure quite a few different players come to your mind. Zibex would probably be one of the first ones that come to your head as being named the clutch minister back in the Astralis era, or possibly some other players like Flusher or Shocks may come into your head as well, as they cemented themselves early on in the early days of CSGO as some of the best clutch players of all time. But what can we really understand and learn from these players that can turn any 1vx situation into a win? I'm going to start talking about something that may not be covered as much in other how to clutch videos. However, I feel experience is one of the main factors that goes under the radar a little bit actually when it comes to clutch players in general. When you look at any player, either in the current day of CS or even looking at legends back in the old days, they all have something quite similar in common. They all have a fair amount of experience, and when I'm talking about experience, I am meaning the amount of hours they have put into the game and the amount of demos that they have watched. If you're wanting to be as good and also as consistent as a clutcher like Zipex or Perfecto, for example, you need to gain this experience inside of the game and take every opportunity and chance you can to learn something new each game. This can be timings or crosshair placements, for example. Now, I know this next point could be a hard one for some of you because this one is actually more how you are naturally as a person more than anything. However, saying that, you can still develop this skill with experience over time. This will be being able to remain calm and relaxed under the amount of pressure you'll receive when you're put into a clutch situation. Because when you're in pugs or in a tournament, for example, it will not be anywhere close to the amount of pressure that some of these tier 1 players face when they're on stage in front of tens and thousands of people. For pros to be able to keep their nerve under this incredible amount of pressure isn't something that actually comes naturally for anyone really to be able to deal with this amount of people watching you. You know, it doesn't make sense for it to be natural to be able to remain calm in front of tens of thousands of people in an arena. However, saying that, it is something you can develop over time and learn to calm your nerves in these situations. This is linking back to the experience side of what you need to be put into these situations to learn from them. Through this process, you'll also be able to become less nervous over time. It's like if you do something loads of times, for example, driving a car, riding a bike. At first, you may be nervous because you don't feel confident in it. However, over time, you'll develop the experience and confidence and you'll become less nervous. I am now going to be breaking down a clutch that we saw from Perfecto at ESL Pro League Season 14 versus EG. In this situation, Perfecto was left in a 1v4 being caused from EG just simply deleting Navi with Deagles. He will first go down the ladder from heaven to catch off Obo while falling. Due to EG members not having any armor in this situation, he is wanting to pick off the EG members before they have a chance to regroup. He will then peek outside and take out Cirque with a quick flick, bringing Perfecto back into a 1v2, making this much more manageable for him. He is now in a situation where he is desperate to reposition, because in this situation he doesn't know where the other two EG members are, but they know where he is. He'll then slowly get down from heaven, only on 4 HP left, considering a push on Hell before swinging credit and taking out Mihu. Keep this in mind the entire time, EG do not have armor, and this gives a massive advantage to Perfecto even though he is only on 4 HP. As he now knows Bomber's been dropped outside, and he can now rethink where Breezy would be, and based on the timings, he knows that he would have already been outside if he was with Mihu, or even pushed Hell if he was in that position also. He would then hard clear every single angle, being very careful because he's only on this 4 HP, remember, before spotting out Breezy and Mini and taking him out. If you're wanting to learn a little bit more about Perfecto in terms of his CT playstyle, then I made a video recently of how Perfecto and Boomage hold B on CT Inferno, so make sure to go check that out if you're interested. We are now going to be watching a 1v3 with Simple at Blast Premier Spring back in February last year. Simple isn't exactly known for his clutching exactly, however, he still has a very strong ability for it, so we're going to give this clutch a watch. Simple is left in a 1v3 after his teammates slowly get picked off one by one after the T side slipped out of T ramp earlier on in the round. He's able to catch off the planter at triple before the rest of his teammates go down. He will then refrag Flamey on the player on default before now being left in a 1v2 situation. Very quickly, he will jump in between triple and CT, and you notice how he now spotted both of the two players remaining. Meaning now from this position, he's able to isolate a 1v1 with the player on triple before quickly jumping back towards CT. The smoke that Simple drops in this situation is crucial for this final 1v1, because as you can see from the side of MIBR, it has given Simple all all of this room to work with, making the enemy respect the smoke essentially for the 15 seconds it will last. This gives Simple the opportunity to reposition towards window. Because there weren't any sound cues at this point in the round, as both of them, of MIBR and the Na'Vi side, have now cut sound completely, they're both working with the last piece of information they received. Meaning on the side of MIBR, they still now know that Symbol could either be towards CT, jungle or connector at this point, but now with also the little time remaining left in the round, they simply just have to take a gamble at this point. Symbol is then able to pick off the last player with a nice flick to the right side of triple to close out this 1v3. My advice that I can give to you guys is that if you're looking for ways to improve your clutching ability, do not overcomplicate it, okay? Watch your own personal demos, as I believe this is the best way that you can learn from your mistakes. And even though watching pro demos is a great way and a great resource that you can use to get better and understand how you should play certain situations out or whatever, it won't help you exactly learn from your personal mistakes you've made in each round. If you watch your own demos of rounds that you felt you could have done differently, or you felt even you won it in a specific way and it went really well, you can go back and look at what happened in the situation and try and understand why it happened. As always guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, as you can always unsubscribe later if you change your mind in the future, and it does help me out a lot. It's been Glaze guys, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.